When a 5-year-old boy handed in a spelling test, his teacher expected simple words like cat and dog. But instead, at the bottom of the page, he had written 2 haunting words: help me. What happened next will restore your faith in the power of one caring teacher. The first-grade classroom buzzed with the soft hum of pencils on paper and the quiet giggles of children learning their ABCs. Bright posters and cartoon animals made the room feel warm and safe, just the way Mrs. Alvarez liked it for her students. But today, something was different. As she walked between the tiny desks collecting spelling tests, she noticed little Lucas, usually the most energetic, chatty boy in class, sitting stiff and silent. His paper was almost blank. At the bottom, in shaky letters, he'd written, "Help me." Mrs. Alvarez's heart dropped. Maybe it was a joke. Kids doodle all kinds of things. But she knew Lucas. He wasn't the type to play games like that. She knelt beside him and whispered, "Are you okay, sweetheart?" Lucas didn't answer. He wouldn't even look up. When the bell rang for recess, he bolted from the classroom before she could ask more. In the empty classroom, Mrs. Alvarez stared at that paper. Something was wrong. She needed to know what. In the teacher's lounge, she flipped through Lucas's file. Nothing unusual, no red flags. But then she remembered. 2 weeks ago, a loud bang in the hallway had made Lucas flinch like he'd been struck. Last week, he wore a hoodie in warm weather. When he reached for a book, she'd glimpsed a dark bruise on his tiny wrist. "I fell," he'd whispered. But now he was asking for help, and Mrs. Alvarez knew she couldn't ignore it. She called the school counselor. Soon, Lucas sat on a soft couch in the counselor's warm, safe office, hugging a teddy bear while Ms. Rivera, the counselor, spoke gently. Lucas didn't want to talk, he whispered. "I'm not supposed to." Who told him that? "Jenny yells a lot," Lucas finally admitted. Jenny, his dad's new wife. When Lucas spoke too much, Jenny punished him, locking him in a dark closet. "Bad kids go in the dark," he whispered, tears rolling down his cheek. Mrs. Alvarez squeezed his cold little hand. "You're safe now, sweetheart." They called Child Protective Services immediately, but Lucas's father was due to pick him up in half an hour. They needed to stall. They couldn't let him leave with his abusers. When Lucas's dad and Jenny stormed into the school demanding to take him home, Mrs. Alvarez blocked the hallway. She smiled calmly, lying through her pounding heart. Lucas stayed after for extra help. "You'll just need to sign him out." Jenny's voice turned sharp. His father's fists clenched. But just then, the doors opened again. A social worker arrived, a police officer at her side. Jenny's angry protests turned to shouts, but it was too late. Lucas peeked out from behind Ms. Rivera, clutching his teddy bear. When he saw his father, he shrank back, but Mrs. Alvarez whispered, "You're brave. You're safe." That night, Lucas went to stay with a kind foster mom who had a big fluffy dog named Buddy. He'd have warm food, soft blankets, and for once, no locked closets. As the car pulled away, Lucas waved one small hand through the window. Mrs. Alvarez waved back, tears in her eyes. She knew she'd done exactly what every teacher hopes to do, protect the ones who can't protect themselves.